Some foreigners come to Croatia and they just enjoy the lifestyle. And some people come and they make an incredible difference. In 2016, during the migrant crisis, some 650,000 migrants passed through Croatia and went on to places like Germany and Sweden. Many of them were Syrian, and a lot of Croatians didn't want these Syrian inhabitants to come to and stay in Croatia. And I was smiling at the time because there was one story of one incredible Syrian guy here who has done so much for Croatia over the years. And I'm sure if he wasn't welcome and he'd gone somewhere else, it would have been a big detriment to the Croatian economy. His name is Mohamed Jukodar, and he came in the 1960s as a student. He was due actually to go to Italy, but apparently stayed over the night in Zagreb and was quite impressed by the place and the pretty-looking women, and he decided then to come and study in Zagreb. This was a time during the Tito era where there were a lot of foreign students from the non-alignment that were coming to study in former Yugoslavia. After graduating, he stayed. He met a lovely woman from Vukovar called Jasenka, and they got married. And in 1990, when things became more liberated, he started the first private wholesale pharmaceutical company in Vukovar. Starting a new business in Vukovar in 1990 might have seemed a good idea at the time, but obviously events a year later meant that that business was destroyed, as was much of Vukovar, tragically. But undeterred, he carried on, and in 1992 he started his first pharmacy, and he built his business and built. Today, I think he has 35 different pharmacies all over the region. His love for Vukovar never, ever left, and so he decided that Croatia should be producing its own pharmaceuticals. So he started a company and a factory in Vukovar called Jasenka, after his wife, and they started making pharmaceuticals from Croatian products. And his big dream was to start exporting these to other countries. And of course, with his connections in Syria, he had a really good network there to export. He was a native of Aleppo, and his big plan then was to start exports in 2008. But unfortunately for him, history repeated itself. Just as in Vukovar in 1991, so Aleppo in 2008, and the city was left in ruins, and his plans then fell into tatters. But at the same time, he started another company in Sveta Nedelja, which is now the home of Rimac, just outside Zagreb, called Medical Intertrade, supplying medical equipment to hospitals and to the general medical industry. 2 years ago, it was the 37th biggest company in Croatia, with a turnover of 250 million euros a year. He was a really humble man, and he just wanted everybody to get along and to be the best for everything. You know, he actually ended up employing 823 people in this country, and nobody ever had a bad word to say about him. He really gave a lot of opportunity to Croats, and sadly he passed away 2 years ago, and this is just a very small tribute to him 2 years later, because I think what he did for Croatia was phenomenal, and coming from his native Syria to Croatia and making such a difference was a wonderful thing.